These are the plaintiffs, Tariq Simon and Rebecca Blazkowicz. Tariq says he and his girlfriend rented an apartment from the defendant, who promised to clean the place and make repairs before they moved in, and she most definitely did not. The place was a bloomin' bug-infested mess. The defendant refuses to discuss the matter and has also ignored their requests for a refund. They have no choice but to sue for treble damages in the amount of $2,700. This is the defendant, Nicole. She says she really worked with the plaintiffs and tried to accommodate their every request and spent a ton of time cleaning the apartment before the move-in date. Then, out of the clear blue sky, they sent her a text stating they weren't moving in and they wanted their deposit back. When she refused, the plaintiffs threatened to blackmail her. This has caused her so much stress, and there's no way she's refunding a penny of their money. She's accused of not cleaning it right. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $2,950 for legal fees and early termination charges.
Thank you, Douglas. Tariq Simon and Rebecca Blazkowicz?
Yes.
Okay, you are suing Nicole. You've asked to be referred to only by your first name for $2,700 of a security deposit and rental fees in a place you never ended up moving into. You have a counterclaim against them for $2,950 for early termination charges and the balance of rent, because according to you, they should have moved in. All right, what's going on?
All right, basically what had happened was we found the apartment on Craigslist. We went in to look at it, and when we went to look at it, at first glance we liked what we saw. We heard that there were a couple of other people that were interested in the apartment.
So you had to lay down your money right that second.
No. We didn't lay it down
you gotta
right
have what
that
somebody
second.
else wants.
We
right?
didn't lay it down right that second, but like what we did was we told them that we were interested in it if they could like hold it for a little bit. And then when I got my paycheck the next week, we had went back and I had paid them $500 to hold it. They had asked for $625 in total to hold it. So we had given them $900 total, because when she had got paid, she gave them an additional $400 for the rest of the $625 that they had requested for, and about $225 toward first month's rent. And when we got into the apartment after looking at it for a while, we went in there the third week of December, and we noticed that there were bugs all over the floor. It was like disgusting and dirty. And
live bugs or dead bugs?
They were dead.
bugs. And they had claimed that they had cleaned the whole apartment spick and span up and down.
But you weren't moving in the third week of December?
We weren't moving in.
Right.
We
you
just
weren't
went to
moving in
look
for
at
another
it.
2 weeks or a week and a half? Or
Correct.
Yeah, we just went to like look at it and see like what was going on, what progress has been done.
Okay. So you're looking at it and you say, hey, this place is still dirty.
Yeah. And we addressed it to them.
And they say, well, we'll clean it before you move in.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So get to the part that you are trying to move in and something's wrong.
We are trying to move in, and
when? January?
It was about the 30th of December, Your Honor, and we went in there, and I started doing cleaning. We were moving in our kitchenware, and we were looking around, and then as I'm cleaning the bathroom, I noticed behind the showerhead's falling out. So I look again more like in depth, and I notice it's dry rotted behind the showerhead. It's falling out. And at this point, like as I turn the shower on, it's facing fully out, so it's actually going right on the floor. It's not even in the shower frame itself. So all the water's coming out onto the floor. And as he was doing the dishes, we put in the dishes, soaking them, cleaning them. We look underneath the sink, and it's soaking wet underneath there. And you could smell like the musty, moldy smell. And we had told them like we would like this fixed. They said they would put bug traps down for the bugs, because we had informed about that. Nothing was done. We went back 2, maybe 3 days later, less than that, and checked again. Nothing, because that was the weekend we were going to move in.
When did you tell them about that?
The 30th.
The 30th. Do you have that in text?
That do I? I have that on.
So when do you first hear that that there's a problem with the shower head and a problem with a leak in the kitchen?
December 30th.
Okay, so we're good.
That's it.
Go ahead. I want to see your phone anyway.
I only
All
have
right,
the
so
fourth.
go on. And when you hear that, what do you say to them?
We tell them that we'll resolve the issues as soon as we possibly can.
Okay, which was going to be when?
Well, we actually went down and put some bug spray down pretty much right away, as soon as we were able to, maybe the next day. We didn't actually see any live bugs, so we weren't really sure what we were spraying for.
Well,
but-
probably the bugs that were dead, but when they're alive, that's kind of like,
Yeah.
it's kind of the evidence of what you need to spray for.
We didn't, they showed us a couple of dead spiders. I'd love to see some photos because the apartment was not covered in bugs.
Do you have pictures?
The video is also in the phone. I can open up
Yeah,
the
would you
video
do
for
that for me? Go
Okay.
on.
Yeah, so the other issue with the leak in the sink, there is no leak. I can show you a video of the sink running, and underneath the sink, no water damage whatsoever.
Okay, when did you first get wind that they were not going to move in?
January 4th,
How did you get wind of that?
text message.
And what did they say in the text message?
I'm sorry to inform you, but we would like a refund. I'm sorry you broke contract when we didn't do a walkthrough, or when Tarek and I did go in, you said it was clean and it shows it wasn't. I'm sorry, it's not for us. We would like the $900 refund, and we will cut our losses because it is not for us. I spent more time and money into cleaning than anything else. Tarek agrees with me, and I just want to start with a nice apartment with no issues, no bugs, no leaky sink.
Okay, so she mentions the leaky sink in.
Yeah, so we actually got a text before about
About the leaky sink.
I think we might have gotten a text about the leaky sink. I know we got a text about the shower head.
All right, did you fix the shower head?
I have actually a video of the shower working. So although they claim the shower head was out of commission, it wasn't. The shower wasn't actually leaking onto the floor, and I have a video right here.
Okay, first let me see her video.
Oh, by the way, this is what I was talking about when it comes to the shower being broken. Doesn't take a genius.
What was the real problem? Why didn't you guys want to move in?
We had no problem wanting to move in. We kept saying
So why
that
didn't
to
you move in? Because nothing that you're talking about is anything that can't be handled, and it's the stuff that happens when people own stuff. You know, it happens. Sometimes you got to fix this or you got to fix that. Let me see your video.
Which one, the sink or the shower?
Both.
This is the shower. I don't know if they had it running in their video, but the point.
No, they did not have it running in their video.
Okay, so I had it running.
All she showed was that it was like a 1/4 inch separated
I mean,
from the wall, which is not a reason not to move in. The shower's running perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And the shower nozzle adjusts anyway.
Yeah.
And it's a
You can
big,
turn
it's
it.
closed, it's screened
It's
in
enclosed.
with glass.
Yep, I have a picture of that as well if you need to see
No,
that.
I don't need to see it. Show me the
The
sink.
sink. So I took
Do you
a-
guys have pictures of the sink not working?
I don't even
No, I
think.
do not.
Is this your first apartment?
Yes, it was. In the first, I
Who's
believe.
counseling you guys? Who's giving you advice? Not a person, not a soul.
Really?
I wish someone.
Yeah, with somebody.
Had you signed a lease?
Yes.
Yes, we signed
Saying
the
that all
lease,
these
but
items would have been. They said the apartment would have been.
Show me your
up in
lease that you
condition.
signed.
I don't think
We didn't bring it in because we didn't.
Show me the lease that they signed. When you sign something and it's a contract and you decide to go to court to sue about it, you should find your lease. Where's your copy of the lease?
In the car, actually.
yeah.
Simply because
For
we
real?
didn't.
Wow.
Your Honor, the reason why we didn't bring it in is because we didn't put it in as evidence
Yeah, I didn't.
for us.
What? That doesn't matter. You don't think I'm going to ask about it and want to know what the real terms are? This isn't. Oh, guys. All right. Okay, first of all, it says that 625 is just to hold the place between December 15th and December 31st.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to rent it in December, not in January. So it's just to hold the place. That's the lease you signed. So why would you ever, because you know they held the place, why would you ever get that 625 back?
The 625, we had actually had informed them regarding the apartment, saying that the 625 was for half a month's rent of the time we wouldn't be there to help them out because we knew that.
What are you talking about? That's what you can't unilaterally
We had-
decide what something is after you've already signed a contract deciding what something is.
No, we had decided this prior to signing the contract that we would put 625.
Did you or did you not sign this contract that says, I guess this is why you weren't introducing it to evidence, that says that the 625 was to hold the place from December 15th to December 31st?
Correct, that's fine.
Okay, all right. Did you have an inkling that maybe it was something different, that it had nothing to do with the shower? And
Yes.
What was that?
We have no clue what the reason, but we were willing to work with them to fix the issues that they brought to our attention that were in fact issues, and they simply did not give us enough time. There's a habitability clause in the...
That's the law. I mean,
Yeah.
look, it's either they have enough reason to break the lease or they don't. The things you're talking about are not substantial problems. The cleaning obviously wasn't a problem because you cleaned. So that's not going to be a reason for you. And then these other things are things that are repaired with a plumber in one day if they actually need repairing, because her videos don't even show a problem. But I think there was a problem to you because you're talking about them on the 31st, but on the 4th, you're immediately trying to back out and get a refund. Not even just, hey, keep the money because we stalled you for a month and a half, because she can't rent it out in January anymore because it's already the month already started, right? So you know, keep that money, but just let us out of our obligation. No, it's let us out of our obligation. I found 2 spiders, and you owe me $900. I mean, it's so much more than that. Then you get a lawyer involved, and the lawyer tells you, no, you can't do that. And then at some point, there's a text by you to them talking about how you're going to mess them up with future tenants. Tell me about that.
I didn't write any text.
Who wrote it?
I wrote that text.
You wrote it, but you.
I said.
Did you write it from you or from him?
It was from me regarding to them.
It wasn't from his phone. It was from your phone.
It was from my phone. Yes.
Okay. All right. And what'd you say?
Actually, I would like to actually go. Can I go back a second
Sure.
when it comes to? I had asked. I said, can we have a sit down and talk about the problems in the apartment? I said when they're going to be fixed and everything else. He stalled to respond back to me for, I want to say, till probably about 8 o'clock that night when he finally did answer me. And I kept saying, I said, well, we really.
You know, adults don't always. They're not glued to their phone.
No. I completely understand that. What I'm saying is we were actually waiting. I was like, okay, well, I want to, have a conversation with him regarding the apartment. I'm like, just when are these items going to get fixed? And then me and him were talking throughout that day saying, what do we do? Are we going to take this apartment if we're going to keep having these issues? We were more nervous of the fact.
Having these issues, the issue just came up. I mean, how long do you think that it takes to call a plumber, inspect the place, get the plumber over there, pay the plumber? That takes a few days. But you haven't even moved in yet, and it's the day you're going to move in, and you're like, that's it, we're out. I know we signed a lease, but not only are we not going to abide by the lease, but we want our money back, even though you held the place for us for a month and a week or whatever it was. And you want to sit down and have a powwow. Were you living in the same place?
We live upstairs.
Ooh, so it's going to be awkward. All right, and then you authorize your lawyer to offer to them that if they get all their stuff out of there, and they sign a waiver, you would what?
Well, they were actually threatening us in several ways. They wanted to call the town of Brookhaven and tell them that we have an illegal apartment, which we don't. They wanted to call Craigslist or contact Craigslist and tell them that we had a scam. Anyway, they were trying to threaten us.
Where do you get everything that you're saying? Because that's not in the text.
It's in the text. It says, okay, we said our lawyer will be in contact with you. Okay, and the fire department will be notified tomorrow, and so will the realtor. We are willing to, if you keep $200 for the inconvenience, and for us to notify the realtor or fire department and inform.
Fire department about what?
We had assumed, which we actually found out later on, that they were illegal apartment.
Wait, you had assumed what?
That they were an illegal apartment.
So you threatened them to call the fire department on them, but you didn't even have evidence that what you were saying was true.
We had found
Can I just tell you something? Don't let her handle stuff. No, because there's stuff that being a bull is really good. I know that as a fellow bull. Okay, and then there's stuff where being a bull in a china shop is not the right response because there's finesse involved. This is finesse. Trying to wiggle your way out of a 12-month lease requires finesse. And apparently she doesn't possess copious amounts of that. If that's how she's trying to get $900 back because there's a couple of spiders and leaks that you can't prove. Okay.
And the last line in that stream of lines says, I won't inform Craigslist that you're a scam either. So that's
how do you think, what reaction do you think that's going to have, that you're calling somebody fraudulent? And then she tells you that your lawyer's not even a lawyer.
Yeah. Oh.
And then your lawyer says to her, what is wrong with you? Google me. This is my name.
Your Honor, I had asked.
But later on when she starts talking about messing us up, getting another tenant, she said in capital letters, and I apologize for the verbiage here, but with the wrong person, you don't know me. And this actually evoked some pretty serious emotions in me. I have a little child, and I started to be concerned for my safety at that point.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Is there any proof that the shower here is broken, really?
Not at all. I think that they should have reported it and let the landlord see it and took video, and then they would have been good.
Well, the landlord did take video, and the video shows that the shower works. Tenants out of luck here, or the plaintiff?
Yeah, the defendants do have some luck because they did take video, but I mean, since the plaintiffs didn't have any video, there's no proof of it not
So
working.
video's the key.
Yeah.
I think so too. Going inside the courtroom.
So here's where we are. Where do you get treble damages from? You don't live in a state that involves treble damages. Where did you get the idea that you could sue for treble damages? Okay, sounded good. All right, so now, but see, here's a problem. Here's a problem, because for every action, there is a reaction. And our actions in life have consequences. Signing a lease has a consequence. Bailing out of a lease has a consequence. But coming to court and trying to get the refund has had a very major consequence, because now there's a counterclaim against you. And tell me about your counterclaim.
Okay, we are simply trying to regain the money we lost. The month of January, they gave us $300 towards that rent. We're simply asking for the $950 remaining money that they owed us for January.
Okay.
Now, in the lease document that you have, there's an early termination clause which says that they have to give us 30 days written notice and pay an early termination fee of the same amount, which is rent, so $1,250.
Did you sign a lease that said that you could terminate early, but you would have to pay an early termination clause?
Correct, yes.
You know that, and you still came to court and
Yes.
sued rather than... Do you guys have children?
No.
Don't. Not yet. Not yet. You got to season yourselves a little more before you become responsible for another human being. You got the impression that they were having financial issues and that that's what this is really about. And you got that impression because at one point they asked for you to allow the $600 that was for holding the place to count towards rent, correct?
That's definitely one of the things we were concerned about. Tarek had sent a text message to my husband stating that Rebecca was leaving him, and he needed to get the $500 back that he had put down to hold the apartment. Immediately after that, we got some text messages from Rebecca stating that she was just trying to teach Tarek a lesson and that he needed to learn his mistakes about forgetting her birthday. So we...
Okay. What?
Your Honor, I didn't think you'd actually text them for no reason. We're people, we do fight, but at the same point, he knows I'm not leaving him.
Folks, what am I supposed to do with what you signed? Just feel sorry for you and let you slide? I don't let somebody else slide, but I got to let you slide. What am I supposed to do with you? What do you suggest I do?
I'm going to leave that up to you. If I could just make one additional comment before you rule. I have been under so much stress and duress because of this.
Why?
We need that money to subsidize our mortgage. And because we haven't had that, it's been financially stressful. It's just been unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it's very simple. When you sign a lease, there are consequences for signing a lease. And when you sign a lease, and when you decide, I'm washing my hands of this, you better know what you're doing when you do it. Because if a judge ends up disagreeing that it's a substantial breach enough for you not to move in, which is what's happening, because I don't consider either of the things you've complained about a real problem, because I can see that both things work on her videos, and I do not see that both things don't work on yours. I start to look at this and I think this is kind of a ploy because they just feel like maybe they got in over their heads. And your naivete comes through when you look me right in the eye and say, well, I didn't want to introduce the lease. Of course you don't want to introduce the lease, because the lease crucifies you. But do you think that means that because you cover the sun with one finger that the sun is not shining? No, it's still what the facts are. Does your lease say that you're entitled to attorney's fees?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't think it does, but I still feel that they've taken us to court and they've put us through all of this, and it's baseless. And as a result, we had to...
Well, you're actually in court on your own, and you've done quite a fine job.
Oh, thank you.
I find in your favor in the amount of the balance of the January rent of $950 plus the early termination charge that is right in the lease that they signed, for a judgment in your favor in the amount of $2,200 on your claim against her for the reasons we've already discussed. I do not find in your favor. That is my judgment. Good luck, folks.
Well, how come the plaintiff's empty-handed? I wonder if you're glad you sued.
Were you
It's
kind
a
of
lesson learned.
Yeah. What have you both learned?
I need to watch what I say.
Watch what you say?
Definitely.
You mean what you said to the defendant, those things? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
What did you say that you regret?
Everything. I really found them as nice people. We actually really did want to move in. It just turns out the apartment we found where the issues were something that we didn't really want in an apartment. We didn't want to go into having issues, not sure that they're even going to be fixed.
Are you two still a couple?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Head right down there. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So come on in here, and you satisfied with how this comes out?
I think that my main concern is the safety of my son, and I honestly don't feel safe right now. They know where we live, and I'm just really, really grateful and thankful that we have a security system installed, because I don't feel comfortable right now at all.
Harvey?
So to undo the lease, the tenants have to prove that this compromises their health or safety in a significant way, and not the case here. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.